Well, guys, we now have the media and ministers gleefully reporting on plans to lock up people for 5 years over fee-fees. Yes, people who send spicy communications will get a similar sentence to many grooming gangs skung after the industrial abuse of young girls in places like Telford and Rotherham. Clearly, similar levels of harm caused in the eyes of these idiots, so that must be why they feel this is the same as what happened up there. Obviously, it's truly deranged, as you know, and framed around the claims to be protecting kids, which funnily enough this report does not convey to me. Instead, these laws will more likely criminalise kids shit-talking each other than protect them, while it does protect the media because they are exempt from these laws. Yes, the media will not be punished for committing these so-called crimes against people's feelings or truth. They can harass, bully, lie and destroy lives all they like without a care in the world. In fact, this is a law the media have actually pushed for, showing there's no separation between state and the media for anyone who couldn't see that anyway. Now, it does say that online journalism will be protected from prosecution under these new laws, but we all know that would not mean citizen journalists who go around on an independent basis giving people the real news. I bet the guys who go down to protests or video the new imports at Dover will not be protected under these exemptions, let me tell you now. Obviously, the whole thing is just demented, but the fact the media can legally harass you in ways a member of the general public cannot really sums it up for me, alongside the part where they've included so-called misinformation alongside it. Yes, if they decide you spread misinformation, they want to be able to lock you up for it, as you likely know. 1 year in prison for questioning their narrative is Soviet-style shit, especially when you consider what they said a year ago as data-driven fact is no longer true now. In fact, I would actually say almost every claim starting in December 2020 and continuing throughout 2021 has now been proven wrong. Ain't it funny how none of them are in the shit for spreading blatant misinformation, but us tosspots on the internet dodge censorship on a daily basis for trying to pick apart their lies. Now, alongside that, you got this questioning the narrative or hurting some twat's feelings that you've now got to dodge being locked up for thanks to a conservative government. Oh, and the words you use don't actually matter. It's about how the person feels that dictates it being a crime or not. So literally anything that might offend some wangstain out there could get you years in prison at this point. Once again, very conservative, I'm sure you would all agree. Now, you know what, let's see what the article about it has to say and quickly mock Boris Johnson's nodding dog Nadine Dorries, who appears to be pushing it like she loves it. Of course, the Telegraph has not allowed comments on this article, likely because they know the public won't be supporting them and indeed will be shitting all over this nonsense. Now, another thing I feel I should point out is that this article is a few days old, but that's allowed us to see them actually change the headline on it. Originally it read, "Internet trolls who harass people online will be jailed, promises Nadine Dorries." This, like I said, has recently been changed to 5 years in prison for using the web as a weapon of abuse. Why the change, I don't know. The meat of the article, though, is still the same old bullshit you would expect. Here it states, harassing and abusing people online will be made a criminal offence, carrying jail sentences of up to 5 years under new duty of care laws. Nadine Dorries, the Culture Secretary, has accepted Law Commission proposals for 3 new offences to combat harmful and threatening emails, social media posts and WhatsApp messages, as well as pile-on harassment in which individuals are targeted by multiple users, so the lefties will be fucked with that one. They will form part of the government's new duty of care bill, for which the Telegraph has campaigned for 3 years, and where social media giants such as Facebook could be hit by multi-billion-pound fines if they fail to prevent and remove illegal content on their sites. It goes on, anyone sending a communication intended to cause harm without reasonable excuse could be prosecuted under the new offence based on the psychological distress it causes the victim rather than the content of the message. There will be a maximum 2-year jail sentence for that. Obviously, this is just fucking deranged, but then again, it's something that this country's been slipping into for a while. It goes on, a second offence of sending or posting a communication that conveys a threat of serious harm will carry a maximum 5-year jail sentence. It is designed to better protect public figures such as MPs, celebrities, footballers and victims of domestic abuse, stalking or coercive online behaviour. Obviously, the one there is to protect his celebrities, MPs and the rich tosspots around the world that might be called out by the people in future. And here we'll finish up talking about this bit here, which says anyone convicted of the third offence of sending false communications such as fake cures for COVID will face a maximum 1-year jail term, although courts will be required to show that the perpetrator knew it was untrue when they sent it. which obviously makes me think, what the bloody hell are you doing there, criminalising such stupid nonsense? But this doesn't surprise me, like I said, given the way this government has gone. Though the last bit, it probably should be said, means that no one can be prosecuted, because how are you going to be able to tell if this person knew it was bollocks in the first place? Obviously you don't, but does it really surprise you that Nadine Dorries, Boris Johnson's nodding dog, is pushing this shit like she loves it, or should we say like she's being paid? Now, to finish up, here we've got a little comedy bit that says free speech will be enshrined in the new laws amid fears that the new offences could have a chilling effect on the public's ability to speak out. None of the offences will apply to regulated media such as print and online journalism, TV, radio and film. So there you have the peach of it all. The media and all of those tosspots there can get away with pretty much doing what they want while you suffer up to 5 years inside. I guess that's what the media really meant when they said equality. They wanted equality for them and the politicians, not for us little peasants out there. Obviously, this whole duty of care bill is pretty demented by the sounds of it and should be opposed by everyone. I don't care who you support and who you don't. Plus, let's be honest, anything Nadine Dorries, the snivelling shitweasel of the week, comes out with should be opposed, like something from Sadiq Khan, Tony Blair or any of those tosspots there. But I will say I look forward to seeing most of you in the gulag when this sort of shit goes through.